from the last Bud list. It's real, too. I didn't make this one up.
These are real.
This is from Cole Smith 193. Brew coming up with the Cat's Meow line and Wild's the Drive for 5 or more. That's about the Patriots, coach.
Okay.
Off the top of their heads is genius. These guys just invent catchphrases on a daily basis.
I just happened to invent Cat's Meow.
Yeah. Nobody's never heard of that one.
Bro, you always Wild spit. A lot of times you have old-timey quotes that the YouTube audience has never heard of.
They do think I made them up.
You know, hundreds of years old. Eli Woods disagrees. The Cat's Meow is a line from the early 20th century. I remember hearing it on Boardwalk Empire.
Brew just watched that.
I just finished that one.
Of course, then Cole Smith fires back. No, Brew invented. Very similar to what we did the other day.
Cole, my man. I like Cole.
There you go. Now the Bud list.
All right. Well, these are kinder, gentler introductions. I like that.
Yeah, they're nice.
Usually you're ripping me subtly. Cowboy Brew. You know, it's an insult usually. You know, gets me going. All right. Okay. At number 3, Tua.
Oh.
All right, now you got the bag to it. This is what you wanted. You got $212 million despite, it's a fact, being 1-6 last year against playoff teams. Wilds is a fact. But it's not just last year. Look at this. This is Tua's career record against playoff teams, 6-15, 26-25 against the tomato cans. Look at the passer rating, though. It's not just that they lose, Coach. It's that his performance plummets. So now Tua, you said it. You said heavy is, I'm paraphrasing, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Because he said it kind of funky, right?
Said, show me the money.
He said heavy is the crown. Yeah. And now he's the highest employed player in the franchise or employee in the franchise. So they are counting on you, Tua, to get it done. You got all the weapons that a guy could hope for. My goodness. You got a great offensive play caller, Mike McDaniel. Like, there is no excuse for you not to go out there and get it done. And look, I'm not saying you have to win the Super Bowl, all right? But because your defense we know they're a little bit soft. We talked about that yesterday. They could hurt you. But you know what? If you're gonna lose 36-32. Lose 35-31. You know, 31-29. Like the offense should not be the reason you lose. Now, I admit to I'm a bit of a skeptic. I'm not a hater. I'm just a little skeptical.
Fair.
All right, so go out there and prove me wrong. How about that? All right, at number 2, Nick, Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown.
Oh.
Your 2 big receivers. Now, these 2, you guys should wake up every morning and sing "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong. I mean, you really go to get each other, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and sing it. What a wonderful world. You are blessed. You had the best quarterback in the league, a quarterback who is dying to throw bombs.
Yeah.
He is dying to throw some bombs, all right? So you 2 got to go out there and get it done. And look, you also have a room of receivers that can't catch. All right, they can't catch really. The tight end can catch. The room of receivers can't catch. So it's on you 2 to go out there and get it done. Now, Xavier, we all saw the highlight of you getting, pushed around. You're only 165, 170 pounds. There it is right there. I want you, Xavier, to look at tape of Deshaun Jackson, who was like, 175? Yeah. And Devontae Smith, who's 170. Now, this is press coverage. Coach, he's probably not going, he's going to be in motion, right? They're going to try to get him so he doesn't have to face a lot of press coverage, I would imagine. Press coverage is going to be tough.
Not based on that.
It's going to be tough on him. So, but watch tape of how they get off of press coverage. And then Hollywood, you're talented. First round pick a few years ago. You played in Baltimore. Lamar, not the most prolific passer. Okay, you wanted to go to Arizona with Kyler Murray. Nothing happened there. You've got one 1,000-yard season in 5 years. This is your opportunity to shine, Marquise. I do believe in you guys because you got the greatest quarterback and you got speed. 4.2 40, so go get it done. I believe in you. All right, at number 1, Brock Purdy.
Wow.
Now, this has absolutely nothing to do with the make-believe, manufactured madness of you throwing interceptions in practice.
Oh, that didn't happen?
That some quarters are trying to drum up into a story, all right? Because we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, practice, all right? I believe you got to go out there and get it done in the games. It's a huge year for you, Brock, for two reasons. One, you are undoubtedly an S-Bob team, all right? And one, you could lose some of your weapons. Brandon Ayuk, maybe, he's getting close, reports he might sign, but you might lose Ayuk, you might lose Debo after this season, who knows? So you want to get it done this year. Also, you've been knocking on the door, at least the Niners, for the better part of 5 years. If you come close again and fail, it could throw the team. We've seen supernatural funks. All right, it could break the team's spirit. So this is really a year you guys got it done. And secondly, the money, the greenbacks, the dead presidents. There are a $60 million per year contract long-term waiting for you if you go out there and just play as well as you did last year. I think you can play better. But if you do that, you will get paid. If you struggle, which we never seen you do at this level, but if you do struggle all season, chances are you won't get paid. So there's a lot riding on it for Brock Purdy. You know, Iowa Mafia,
Oh, yeah.
I believe in you,
Excellent.
Brock.
Excellent Bud list.
Bro,
Fantastic.
you're not playing in the preseason. You're ready for the regular season.
Thank you, Coach.
You don't need those reps, and then all the historic cultural references that you're introducing the young audience. It's inspirational. It's educational. Like I don't know how it gets any better. I'm going to try to add to it with Caleb Williams, and here's why. And we heard Nick sing his praises all last year. He put him on the Mahomes mountain, which was, ridiculous, but he was there.
But now you agree.
And then we talked about how he's the most ready since Andrew Luck. So all those things coming into this year, but really the pressure's on him because of the other guy we talked about, because of what C.J. Stroud did. Okay, C.J. Stroud comes in, he's a rookie, he takes an organization that's not very good, an offense that's not very good. So take a look at where they were the year before he got there, and look at the jumps that he made in each of these different categories. Now, make sure you look at the rankings from 2022. Now, let's go to where the Bears were last year. Okay, they're significantly better in each one of those categories. So if we introduce Caleb to this mix and we get the same type of jump, we're talking about what should be a top 5 offense, assuming that assuming that he can have the same effect on his offense that C.J. Stroud had on his offense. We should see a significant and very powerful and explosive offense. And C.J. Stroud has set the bar for you. He's been your Sherpa to climb Mahomes Mountain in a real way.
I like that, Coach. I totally agree. Like, it's not just that Nick and others are, I think, you got a date tonight.
I have a date
maybe
tonight.
picking him to win the Super Bowl.
Where are you going?
What? I don't want people to show up.
Okay.
But I will. Brew, thank you for remembering. You're right. And those things made me even more optimistic about my date with the Bears go to the Super Bowl take. But I have something to add to the Bud List, Brew, and it pains me to do it. You guys know I am sports media's ombudsman.
Did that?
Did what, Wilds?
Who nominated you or who assigned that
When
to
did you win that
you?
award?
It's not an award, it's an obligation. It's really a burden, but someone must do it.
He is the head.
And
Right.
I don't want to have to do this, but I have to put Olympic commentary, most notably surrounding swimming, on the Bud List. The big swimming propaganda must end, because here is the deal. And I say this every 4 years, and now I'm finally have the courage and really the obligation as the ombudsman to bring it to the national stage.
Swimming propaganda.
Yeah, so as a kid, I just knew, like, hey, who's the greatest Olympian ever? It was Mark Spitz. That's Mark Spitz.
Yeah.
I was listening.
And then, thank you, Brew. And then, you ask kids today, who's the greatest Olympian ever? Oh, it's Michael Phelps. Has to be Michael Phelps. And then you're like, wait, why is that? They're like, well, it's medal count. It's medal count. Like, look at these medals. Look at it. But then you think about it, you're like, how many medals do you think Usain Bolt would have? It's like, hey, run the 100. Now run the 100 backwards. Now do a skipping 100. Now do a sidestepping 100. And hey, Usain, run the 200. But every 50 meters, change the way you run. We'll give you a gold for that too. Hey, the fact of the matter is this. The greatest Olympian of my life is Usain Bolt. If it's not him, it's Simone Biles. But they're not eligible because big swimming has made it very clear, no. If you don't have the 200 butterfly and a 400 medley and a 100 backstroke, you can't be the greatest ever. But I'm here to tell you, Usain Bolt, by the way, running, not only more important than swimming, bigger competitive field you got to get through. Almost every living person. Meanwhile, about 2/3 of the world doesn't swim at all. So he's fighting with billions of people. If Bolt was told, run the 100 in any way possible, he was faster than everyone, all those things. He only got to run it one time every 4 years for one goal and kicked everybody's ass. So I appreciate swimming. It's a nice little preamble to the big stage of the Olympics, which starts next week, the track and field competition.
Wow.
And so what you're going to hear about greatest Olympians ever, just remember who they really are, and they're people who didn't get to win 7 golds doing slightly different things for the same distance.
Gee whiz.
Yeah,
Give me a break.
Take the next 4 years to think about
Exactly
that.
right.
That was strong. I love Usain Bolt. I love track and field, particularly the sprints. I don't think you've ever swam before. Swimming is not easy.
He
Like, it is tiring.
I couldn't
You
do
are
any of it.
Like, it wears you out.
understand. But it is
just a 50 meters.
I
wears
think
I
different
get
distances
that.
in running.
Yes, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
not
I mean,
different. But there's
that's
not
funny.
But the
different.
strokes are
But there's
legitimate.
100,
Like
I
the
understand, but there's
breaststroke and-
you can win in swimming. 5
Breaststroke,
different medals.
backstroke.
Right,
It's also
breaststroke,
legit.
backstroke, butterfly, and free, and then a medley, which is a combination of all of them. You can win 5 medals for the same distance. Bolt can win 1 medal
But
for the
you're
same
Well, he
doing
can win
different
2.
strokes.
He can
Right,
win-
and I'm saying they don't let you do that in running.
But hold on, just to play devil's advocate, you got the 100 meters. You can have the 100-meter hurdles if he could do it. And he was tall.
Very
He probably
good,
could have
that's
done that. Right, the 4x1.
But they have that in
that's
swimming
3.
as well.
So
No,
at
in
least
swimming
3.
they have the relay. The only thing that works is the hurdles. Everything else, there's because they have the relays in swimming as well. But
I wouldn't really be that interested in backwards running. I guess if it were historically, I mean, you see, I'm sure you had players run backwards at times.
Yeah, DB.
I guess it would. Yeah, I guess it
exactly
would be
right.
exciting if we.
How about
if it was,
shuffling? Can we do a shuffle?
That's right. Yeah.
Skipping?
Skipping. I said
Tapioca?
it. Skipping
Oh,
side.
tapioca?
What's
That's a football drill.
Oh, okay. Go
See,
ahead. Sorry.
coaching I like.
Hopping?
Yeah, that triple jump.
Yeah. That's
Triple jump is hopping.
Okay.
All right, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm a little thrown off because I have talking about another Olympic sport on the bud list. It's 3-on-3 basketball.
Ah.
Now, you might be asking, how are we doing on 3-on-3 basketball? The answer is not great. The women's team luckily beat Spain today, but we lost to Germany, Azerbaijan, and Australia. The men lost to Serbia, Poland, and Lithuania. Before we move on here, I just want to say Team USA basketball needs to focus on this. And I deal with this myself because my wife's birthday is December 29th, right after Christmas. And we spend all of our focus, my present-given focus, locked in on Christmas. Then all of a sudden, a few days later, oh, this is happening too? And I'm not paying attention to it. And next thing you know, you kind of just get the short end of the stick. Make matters worse, one of the greatest basketball players in the world showed up to support 3-on-3 basketball. It's Kevin Durant. You might be thinking, wow, I got it. Why don't we have the best players in the world play 3-on-3 basketball? Boom, problem solved. Great. Problem is, we already do. According to the FIBA rules, in order to qualify and be able to play 3-on-3, you have to play a lot of like mini tournaments and get points. So if you can zoom in on that, Jimmer Fredette right now is the #1 ranked 3-on-3 basketball player in the world. He's got 991,000 points. Number 6 is Canyon Barry. He's got 800,000 points, and number 11 is Kareem Maddox, who's got 750,000 points. So we actually do have the best players in the world. And they're not really performing that well. So here's the deal. USA Basketball needs to sit down with FIBA and say, hey, this doesn't really work. This ranking system that we're doing here that we can't really read because it's too small, that doesn't really work. We need to either get, if you didn't make the Olympic team and you want to play, Jaylen Brown, you want a gold medal? This one's sitting here right for you. Tatum's not playing, Embiid's sitting on the bench. You guys can join up. Heck, we got 3 Celtics
Tatum and
on the team.
Halliburton, that's
Done.
a heck of a
Yeah.
We're winning.
Yeah.
Great, gold medal. So, but right now we actually can't do it the way that FIBA has it set up. So it's got to be USA Basketball flexing their muscles to get pros into 3-on-3.
I like that, Wilds, because we should be winning 3-on-3 too.
Of course.
Right? So, I'm with you. What about sending Ice Cube's Big 3 champion?
I don't think they would win.
You don't think they could win?
I don't think they would win.
NBA players.
I don't think they'd win.
I don't know.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.